It's a good question to say, what is irrational? What do we mean? And people mean lots of different things. The simplest definition is to think about a definition that violates economic theory. So in economic theory, preferences are supposed to be transitive, and you should have complete preferences. You should know everything, what you like more and what you like less. And we show that people violate those assumptions all the time. So it means that economic theory is not really the right tool to predict and anticipate what people would choose. The thing that troubles me the more, though, is a slightly different definition of irrationality. It's that irrationality is when we ourselves don't realize how we make decisions. And the reason this is dangerous is because you as individual don't know how you will behave in a particular situation. And it means that you as a professional can't predict how people would actually behave. When you have a different theory about what people do, and you have, and reality is different. So, you know, if you think about many of the effects in behavioral economics, many of them, when you ask people to tell you why, they tell you very different things. So think about kind of the most classical demonstration, one of my most favorite demonstration is the effect of defaults in organ donation. Right? So there's a beautiful paper showing that countries that have a default of organ donation check the box. If you don't want to participate in the organ donation program, people donate a lot. Countries that have a default of not, which says check if you want to participate, people don't. Right? So whatever was pre-selected for you, people do. When you catch people coming out of an opportunity to donate their organs in a Department of Motor Vehicle, for example, and you ask them to explain their choice, nobody ever thinks that the form influenced that. Right? So sometimes we make a decision, and the brain capacity we have is not to create the choice, it's to explain it after the fact. It's about making a story about why what you chose is actually the right thing. So often what happens is that we behave irrationally, but we try to tell ourselves a rational story about why we behave like this. You know, rational stories are wonderful stories. We can tell ourselves, we can tell other people. We can explain it. So I think we have this interesting combination between the two. I'll tell you one personal story. When I turned 30, I used to have a motorcycle. I decided I need to buy a car, becoming more responsible. So I went online, and at that time there was this tool online to help you pick the car you wanted. And this tool asked lots of technical questions, safety distance, and you know, all kinds of questions. Turning radius, acceleration. Anyway, I answered, I don't know, 100 questions. Then I press submit. I wait for the answer, and it tells me I want like a family sedan, like Ford Taurus in this case. You know, and I don't know much about cars, but that's not what I wanted. So I went back and I changed some of my answers. All of a sudden I didn't care as much about safety, I didn't care about this and this, and I kept on playing with it until it gave me a little convertible. Right? Now this is with software, but I kind of had a feeling of what I wanted, and I was looking for reasons to tell me why this is actually a good idea. And I think that's actually a lot of the interplay, that we kind of have a desire for something, and then we have a story about why this is actually a good choice.